I do. I do.
What would Justice be like?
I think she would have I think she would be very successful at this point.
Really?
And have like you said, a book deal. Be very successful in her life. She was a very strong-minded person and knew what she wanted. And she had gone through a lot, but she was so into her poetry, and that was her passion, her love. She'd definitely be right. Maybe even in one of her pieces on the big screen.
Oh, wow. What about what about Cleo from Fame? Do you think would she still be stuck on Dream Street?
Dreaming. Something tells me that Cleo, she wanted it so badly, but I don't think she would have made it.
Why?
There's just something there. She wanted it, but she just didn't have. There was a softness to her, and not to say that you can have that softness, but still there has to be that strength underneath there somewhere. And I didn't see that with her. So I don't think she would have made it. I think it always would have been a dream of hers. And maybe she would have lived, I don't know, vicariously through her kids or something. Lived out her lifelong dream of being a star.
Do you ever, like, when you're auditioning people, and, like, people are coming in and auditioning in front of you to be a dancer and stuff, do you ever think about Cleo then, like, that there are people, you know what I mean?
No. No. But you know what? We just held auditions for the video and the tour. And it was an open call, and a lot of fans came. And I saw a lot of the tapes. And I so badly, and who knows, maybe I will someday still do this. I don't know. Or maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but I so badly wanted to take some of those kids that I saw and use them in the video somehow. Obviously, they didn't make the call as a dancer,
right.
but to use them as extras, to put them in the video, because just for them to, first of all, that's their dream, to be a dancer, and then they really don't have the money to fly out, or even if they bust it, and just saving up their pennies for this one chance. Not to say that they'll never get another chance again in life, but it's not easy for them is what I'm getting at.
Right.
And I felt like, these kids came all this way, the least I could do is try and put them as extras in a video. And with this last video, I actually wanted to do it. But unfortunately, it was such a crunch time that I wasn't able to do it. So I still would like to do that in the future. Some of those kids, because just the love that you see and the energy, and they were just so happy to be there. So happy to be there.
So, what would Charlene, what would she be at? She was so bougie. What would her butt be doing?
I think she'd be married to somebody that was well off.
Really?
Not that that's what she truly cared about, because it wasn't. But I think she would be married to someone who was well off. Very independent, probably have her own business of some sort.
What about Penny? Do you worry about her?
What a sweet little girl. But would I worry about her?
I mean, like, what became of her? You know what I mean?
She'd have major issues. No, really. All that childhood stuff would resurface eventually. All that burning and all that abuse would resurface in her life at some point. She'd have major issues to deal with. So I think that's what she'd be dealing with right now.
I mean, could you see her, like, in an abusive relationship because of the abuse?
Quite possibly unknowingly. That's why.
Okay.
She was, like we were talking about earlier. Is it sometimes you think that's truly a person's way of showing that they love you? Quite possibly. But I think that she would definitely be dealing with those issues right about now. I think that's what she would do.
Could you even see, I mean, do you think she could even become like an abuser?
No, I don't think she would.
Really? So you do think about this kind of stuff?
No, I don't.
You just said you did.
No,
You just said, sometimes I do think about my characters, and now you're saying, I never did.
No, I never said I do think about the characters. When you said, do I think about what they would be doing, I said that's a good question.
Oh, okay, I thought you said, I do think about this.
No, because I never have. I think it's a really good question.
Oh, okay. I guess that's why I have the job. What do you think
You're so kidding. I love it though.
What do you think the first question is going to be like? As soon as I come back in the office, and I'm like, yeah, you know, I saw Janet, whatever. What do you think people are going to ask me about you?
I have no clue.
Because I know the first thing everybody's going to ask.
Really? What?
I mean, you have no idea.
I have no clue.
Like the first thing they're going to say, like I say, okay, I just, you know, talked to Janet yesterday, and they're going to say, oh.
I have no clue. I really don't. Should I?
I just know what it's going to be.
What, does she have any more piercings? I don't know.
No, do you?
No, not any new ones.
Do you still have your old piercings?
A couple I had to get rid of.
Because I just was wondering, because I used to be pierced and I had to get rid of them.
Really?
But, yeah. It's just over time, they just didn't heal right.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, for me, like some of them you could see on camera, like
Okay.
doing the film and things like that. Like my septum, you could see it. So, you know, during the movie I took it out.
What about this one?
Yeah.
So then,
I still have my foot piercing.
okay. Okay. I'll leave well. They're gonna ask me if you're fat.
Okay.
Can you-
That's a good question.
You think that's a good question?
Well, yeah, that would be because my weight has fluctuated.
But that doesn't piss you off? And that is gonna be the first question everybody asks. Matter of fact, some people asked me before I left.
Would that piss me off? No, because it's reality. I mean, why should it make me mad? Because my weight has fluctuated, and
Who's haven't?
I'm human.
But I mean, you know, it's like, I mean, how do you deal with people like being so obsessed with how you look? You know what I mean?
I think it has more to say about them than myself, really. If they're obsessing about me and what I look like as opposed to their own. Don't you think, kind of, sort of?
Mm-hmm. But I still think that, like, I think that would just piss me off. You know, I think that.
That that's all there is to me?
Or just thinking that people think about that. Or like, you know, all I've given these people is like, you know, I've made their asses dance. They've watched me on TV. It's like I've given them all of this of me.
And this
here,
is the
all they
first
can
question?
think, yeah.
You know what it is? I don't know if it has to do with growing up in this business, and there's all, people like mess. That's what, you know, if you're a good girl, they don't want to hear about that. They want to have nothing to do with you. But if there's a little bit of mess that's surrounding you, that's what they want to hear. That they want to hear the gossip. So that would be a little bit of mess to me. What size am I? Does it bother me? No. I mean, everyone.
It never bothers you?
You know what I have gotten bothered with seeing certain shots of me where I wasn't as heavy as they make me out to be.
Okay.
And then there are times when you're not happy with your weight, but you don't look like that.
Right.
They'll take the worst shot of you.
Right.
So that makes it, or there have been times when I've seen a little bit more so added on. So those things bother. I don't think those things aren't fair. But I have gone up and down. And people do, and I'm human.
So when are you most comfortable with you? When do you think you're sexy in terms of your weight?
In terms of my weight,
Yeah.
it's really more so than anything how I feel about myself, how I feel inside, than it does with my weight. Because to me, it's not about the size. It's if a person's sexy, they're sexy. I don't think I'm sexy. Let's just start there. And that's no bullshit. I swear to God, Craig, God is my witness. I do not think I'm sexy.
Kim, I don't believe
No,
that
I'm
for
also
a
not-
second.
No, I
I'm
swear
gonna
to
stop the tape.
I swear to you, I do not think that I am sexy, but it's all about now.
But you think you can be sexy? Because if you didn't think you could be sexy, then I don't think that you could have the career that you have. Like, I don't think that you could get out there and, you know, do the things you do and wear the things you wear and stuff like that, knowing that you're seducing the audience. And knowing that they're going to perceive it as sexy, whether or not you feel that way or not. It's like, as an artist and as a person in control of your image, you must know that you can do certain things to make people think that you're sexy.
Do certain things to make people think that I am sexy?
Well, you're gonna say that, okay, if you look, let me think of a video. Okay, like if you look at the That's the Way Love Goes video or something like that, you're gonna say that you don't, if that wasn't you, you wouldn't think the girl in that video was sexy.
No.
Oh my
I
God.
swear to God, Craig, I lied to you not.
Janet, you would not think that the woman in that video was sexy.
God, no. Oh my God.
Okay, but what about the woman in the,
I mean, even if you take any Tommy Any Plays.
you don't think that that person is sexy if you were not that
Any Tommy
person?
Any Plays?
Yeah.
No.
Grinding all up on the kitchen appliances and stuff.
I think that's a very sexy act.
But you don't
And-
think that person is sexy?
No, I don't.
Why?
Because I don't think she's
Why?
she's not sexy to me.
Why?
She just doesn't have it. Honestly.
What doesn't she have? Because you could break it down. When I asked you which Backstreet Boys, you were like, okay, well, I like AJ because A, B, C, and D. So it's like, if you're saying that that person's not sexy, then why?
There's a certain way that they move. There's a certain look in the eye. There's a certain something, and I don't think I have it. I swear to you, Craig, I am not lying to you. I am not lying to you. I do not think I'm sexy. And the funny thing about it is last night we were watching a rough cut of the new video, and Jimmy, myself, Sean, Marty, we were all watching it, and certain shots they were pointing out as being sexy, and I'm thinking, that's a sexy shot, and I've wound up saying, that's a sexy shot. It's like, I want to take that shot out, and I said, ugh, I hate that, and they said, you got to leave it in, that's sexy. I was like, you guys, that's sexy? And they said, yeah, that's sexy, you got to leave that in. I don't see it. I truly, oh God, Craig.
Okay, but you like sex too much not to feel sexy. Because you can't enjoy sex unless you feel sexy to that other person and feel sexy to yourself.
I think you can feel sexy, but I don't think that I am sexy.
But you do feel, you would at least say that you do feel
There are times
sexy.
when I do feel sexy, when I'm being intimate.
And I would think that
At certain times, yeah.
Okay, this...
I do feel that way. Or just like someone can make me feel sexy.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think I've caught you here. Now answer this. Okay, there's that interlude on Velvet Rope, where the masturbation interlude. Now, in order to masturbate, you have got to have, if you're like touching yourself and pleasuring yourself, you've got to have a feeling that you're sexy. Or else it just wouldn't work, you know?
You can't just feel horny and just want to get relaxed out.
Right, but aren't you thinking about you? Like, why would you be, aren't you thinking, you know, I'm hot, you know?
No. No.
Really?
No. Honestly. I've never saw myself. I've never seen myself as there are people that I do think are very sexy.
Who's sexy to you, then? Because I would love to know.
I think Denzel is sexy. I think, what's his name? Oh,
Women.
Okay, women.
And nobody from way back in the past either.
I think I have a lot of friends that are sexy.
Hmm.
Female friends that are sexy.
Well, what makes a woman sexy?
It could be. To me, it's really on the inside, and that exudes as opposed to them trying to act sexy, as opposed to having this flirtatiousness about them. But then it just might be as simple as a smile, or just the look in their eyes, or just the way that they walk, the way that they move, the way they carry themselves. How confident they are. Those things can be very sexy to me, looking at someone else.
Do you think you're a confident person?
I don't think I have enough confidence.
Really?
It's
And
better
why?
than what it was. A lot better. But I still don't have I'm lacking in that department for sure. I'm a lot better than what I was though.
Can you understand how, like, for the average person at home or something, that it's impossible for them to reconcile somebody that's done as much as you've done and not have confidence? You know what I mean? Like, I think I understand, but can you understand how a lot of people would not understand that
Say
at
it's a
all?
bunch of bullshit.
Or not even if they're saying it's a bunch of bullshit, but just not understanding it. Just as simple as that, they just don't understand it.
Because I've accomplished the things that I have.
Yeah. And because you do
Yeah.
the things that you do. Like, most people can't understand the concept of walking out on stage in front of however many gazillions of people and then all at the same time saying that you're not confident. Like, that just won't make sense to most people.
You know, I can understand that it would make sense to them. It's much easier for me to walk in front of a crowd of people and perform than it is for me to walk in front of people and a few people and have to perform or give a speech. You talk about anxiety. My anxiety level is through the roof. That drives me nuts.
What?
Nothing. I'm just
I can go to the restroom. Can we pause for a second?
Yeah.
Want to get? It's like people always ask. I don't know. I mean, I guess certainly I'm asking you questions, so you have every right to ask them. But like, it's just interesting questions people ask. Like, because I interviewed Mariah, and the first thing she asked me was what race I was, like whether I was black or white.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. Anyway. Which now obviously that's like her issue. That's like. I'm not saying like age is your issue. I'm just saying like it's just kind of.
Sometimes you can read between the lines.
Yeah.
In that way. Yeah.
Okay, Janet.
Yeah.
What?
No.
You know, this is like your vibe. Your vibe interviews are like, I mean, everybody just loves the Janet vibe interviews.
Really?
Yeah, because it's like you're talking to black people. And it's like, people feel like that's their Janet. Like if they read about Janet and vibe, that's like, you know what I mean? That's their way of connecting with it.
I think it's the feeling of because I've been in this business for so long.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm part of the family, or they know me.
Right. Yeah.
Like I'm their sister that lives right at home with them in some way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that there's some sort of a connection in that way. Because I've been around for so long.
Right.
And a lot of people have seen me grow up, and people have grown up with me.
Yeah, great. I mean, yeah, it's just weird, but I do think like, it's different to talk about you with black people and talk about you with white people. It's like, you're right, like black people do feel like you are there. It's like you're a part of their family. It's like, white people love you, but it's like, it's just a different situation, I don't know. That's the way I find, that it's just different.
Maybe because I am a sister. I mean, truly.
Right, yeah.
Regardless of where I grew up. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't even know if I'm making any sense, but maybe... No, really though, but maybe that's why are you laughing at me, Craig?
You're laughing. I'm not laughing at you.
Well, why
you were laughing. I had a straight face. And you were laughing, and I was like, well, shit, if she's laughing, then I'll laugh too.
But maybe that's what it is, though.
Right.
Well,
it's just like, because, a lot of like, mainstream kind of got into with Control, but it's like, everybody I know can still sing Young Love or something like that, right? Do you still know the lyrics to that song?
I can't tell real love from a thing. I'm gonna treat you with heartbreak, baby. Your love, bring around the roses. So I'm searching for a heart so true. Yeah, I guess I do.
Wow.
Yeah, that was I was 15 when I recorded that.
Wow.
I ran into Angela.
Oh, no way.
Here. She was with her husband, Ronald. Isley.
And of course, when you first met her, you didn't have to call her Angela, right?
What do you mean?
Because back then she was just Angela English.
No, I called her...
Angela even then?
Yeah, I believe I called her Angela then.
I don't know, Janet, because she's changed her name. Like, when she went solo, that's when she, changed the punctuation of her name.
Really? I could have sworn I called her Angela then. Maybe I didn't.
I was listening to that song this morning. There's this line in it, I traded all my childhood treasures for burning love so true. Yeah. And I was just wondering, is that, kind of in retrospect, that kind of pathetic at all? Or do you feel like that's something that you did, like in early relationships that you had to do? Like, that you substitute the things that really give you comfort as a child for sort of a love?
Things that gave me such comfort as a child for love.
Yeah.
And I hope I'm understanding you correctly, Craig. Well, there's a part of me that feels I definitely grew up a lot quicker being in this business, point blank, and I think that also has a lot to do with, like, all the being in love a lot at such a younger age and moving out and wanting to do your own thing and the whole bit. It moved pretty quickly. for me. I think a part of me did trade a lot of that. And I remember my mother saying to me, don't be so eager to grow up.